Before I start, I just want to say like, subscribe, comment. So a little background about me. My name is Kiana, for you guys who do not know. I am 21 years old. I am currently in school for healthcare management. I started Beempowered to Empower 2 years ago, and it stemmed from, I started it because honestly I had a breaking point, and in my breaking point I was maybe like, I was 19 years old, not too long ago basically. I was 19, and I realized that I did not know my self-worth, and I did not love myself the way I was supposed to love myself. I was really like, I hit rock bottom. I was at my lowest point. I was like, wow, Kiana. That's all I could say to myself. All I could say to myself is, Kiana, how did you get here? Like, it was like an emotional time for me. Like, I was emotional. I'm emotional, but I was really emotional. Just having a hard time. I was trying to find myself, and I just was like, Kiana, you gotta get it together. Like, this is not gonna work for you. Living like this, it's not gonna work for you. Not to say I was like living bad, but the lifestyle I wanted was not that. It was not that. And I had so much more going for myself, but I was trying to be something I was not, and then it got me into a mess, basically. Trying to be something I was not. So before my Beempoweredtoempower became like an Instagram page, it was a Tumblr page, and it was really just quotes for me to look at and go back to empower myself. Like, anything I found that like was empowering to me, I reposted it. It was just a Tumblr page for myself. Like, you know, it was good for other people to look at as well on Tumblr, but I really didn't have a lot of followers on Tumblr or anything like that. It was really just me posting and going back to look at it, and that's what I did. In the summer, when I had my breakdown or whatever, I went to South Carolina, my grandparents' house, for 2 weeks to get myself together. Literally, I had to get myself together. I had to pick myself back up. I had to clear house, basically. And during that time, I prayed a lot. I cried, you know, asked for advice from people. I was just going through, and it probably didn't seem like I was going through, but I was going through. Don't believe social media. Like, it's really real when people say like social media is like fake. Like, this is what people are showing you, but that's not what they're feeling on the inside. That's exactly, I was putting on a front for people. That's exactly what I was doing. So I definitely was putting on a front for people. I was not happy at all. I was not. I was just not happy. So that summer, when I went down there for 2 weeks, like I said, I prayed for better days, better times for myself. And I started to think about what I really wanted to do, like what I really wanted to go to school for. I was like really pushing myself to get my life together. Like, no joke, I was gonna move down there. No joke. Like, I figured that would be my best move. Like, I wanted to get away from New York. I wanted to get away from the people, negative people. I just wanted to get away. Like, I just didn't want to, like, I just felt like I needed change. I needed new things. You know, I eventually realized that moving away was like running away from my problems, and it really wasn't solving anything for me. So that was like, but I figured out what I wanted to do, and I came back up with a plan. I came back up to New York with, all right, so I went down there and I came back up with a plan. Stop stop touching stuff. I came back up with a plan, and at that moment, I knew what I wanted to do. Kinda, not really. I knew I was going to school because I knew okay, scratch that. When I say I came back up with a plan, I came back up with a plan, not a solid plan. I came back up knowing that I wanted to do something different. I knew I was going to go to school. I definitely knew that was just gonna happen. At that moment when I came back up, I didn't know I wanted to create a business, so I didn't start my Instagram page yet. What happened? So a lot of things were happening to me. So once I came back up, things were just falling into place. I got a job at the gym, and it was just for juice bar, but it worked. It worked for me because I wasn't at work all day. And then I actually got back into school. I applied to Hunter Business School, and I got in. It's not hard to get in, but I was able to get in. What was I gonna say? Okay, so I was able to get in, and I went there for medical office administration. Best choice I made, because it got me the job that I got today, guys. I work for NYU. But anyways, that's just besides the point. I was able to, like, in going to that school, I honestly grew so much. And I met so many great people. Y'all know who y'all are. But I met so many great people, and they were amazing. And I just really learned things, and I grew up. A bit. Like, that school kind of like taught me responsibility in growing up, because it's the real world. Like, you know, it's not like retail jobs or anything like that. Like, this is real stuff. So like, during that time, that's when I think I made my Instagram page, maybe in November. I started making my Instagram page, and I was posting quotes, like, you know, here and there, and I was trying to, like, really push myself to do it. Like, you know, I'm doing this business thing, doing quotes and everything like that, and I was posting, and I was like, I don't want my thing to be a quote page. That's not what I wanted it to be. Because at that time I realized I wanted to inspire. In the beginning, let's talk about it, because in the beginning of my journey with Beempowered to Empower, I thought, well, I wanted to empower young girls, because I didn't want them to go through what I went through. I didn't want girls to be lost. I didn't want them to not know their self-worth. I didn't want them to be like me. I didn't want them to make poor choices, because you can make better choices. I wanted them to just grow up and love themselves. Like, you know, just have that, like, self-love. I wanted to be the person that I did not have for myself. And I really meant that. Like, I don't want to ever see nobody go through what I've been through. And I don't want anybody to go through what other people have been through just because they didn't know their worth or they didn't love themselves. And, you know, it sounds so simple, like, oh, just love yourself. It's the hardest thing to do. It's easy to love somebody else, which is so weird, right? Like, it's easy to love other people, but it's so hard to love yourself, because, you know, you have to, how do you accept your own flaws? But that's a good question. How do you accept other people's flaws so easily, but you can't accept your own? That's a hard one, right? Okay, anyways, so yes. So during my time in school, that's what I wanted to do, like, motivate young girls. So the ages around 12 to 18, I wanted to motivate them. Like, I was so set on that. So I decided that I was going to have a vision board party, and it would be for girls ages 12 to 18. So I started promoting myself. Every day I promoted myself. I put myself out there. I'm going to have this event. So I was really, like, not even lucky, blessed, because really I promoted myself. I didn't have to pay for an event space. The owner of Studio Pink in Merrick actually allowed me to hold my event there, which was wonderful. So I just was blessed. Like, I didn't have to do much but promote myself and make sure the event was successful. And I had help of my family. I had help of like people who, like strangers, like supporting me, and just people I didn't even know supporting me. And the love was just very like overwhelming. Like, I was like, wow, like people really believe in me. And I was like, thank you. No, really, like, but thank you guys, because I needed that. I needed the support. I needed the love, and I really appreciate that. My event happened. It was amazing. Like, my event was amazing. I had a good turnout for me just starting and stuff like that. A lot of people showed up, and I liked the support. Like, it wasn't like, it didn't have to be a whole bunch of people, but like for the amount of space that it had, it was a good amount of people in there. I loved it. Like, at the time, I'm so shy. Guys, I'm so shy. You would think like, how am I so shy doing this? Yeah, I was shy at my event. Like, I was nervous because I never spoke in front of people before. Public speaking, I would say, was not my forte. I'm working on it. But anyways, I had my event. It was amazing turnout, and I appreciate everybody who came out. But after my event, I was like very, like, I was excited, and then like kind of like I got discouraged in a way. Not after, like, going to other people's events and seeing, like, you know, these powerful women and everybody, like, you know, having a business and they have their things together, and I kind of got discouraged after a while, so I stopped doing it. And also, like, I didn't want to just hold events for like people. Like, not to say the event was bad, it's just I want to make an impact in people's lives. I don't want to just say I held an event and that's it. Like, I don't want to be an event person. I want to make an impact. That's the whole point of being empowered to empower, to make an impact. So with that being said, I just stopped doing it for a while because I got a little discouraged, because it was just like, you know. Okay, so also I got discouraged because I had people telling me, like, how could you possibly empower people and then like your life is not together, like, or something like. So like I was saying, I got discouraged because I had people telling me, like, you know, how could you possibly encourage people and your life is, you know, basically a mess. So that was really discouraging, like, just to hear that, because you're like, oh, well, you know, maybe you're right. Like, maybe, like, how could I? So after a while, I just got discouraged. So that was me. That's when, like, my doubt came in. I stopped doing my page for a minute. Like, I did not post on there, but then I started posting on my regular page. So, and I was posting quotes and stuff. So that's how, you know, I always just kept coming back to it. Yeah, I always just kept coming back to it. And it just was something, like, I could not leave it alone, but I just didn't understand, like, you know, how could I encourage somebody? So then I realized one day, like, you know, I was watching a lot of, like, inspirational videos and things, and just hearing, like, you know, other people can't see your vision. People can't see the vision God gave you. Like, you know, people can't see your purpose. Like, you know, they don't know, you know, what you know. God only gives the vision to you. He doesn't give it to anybody else. I mean, he has sends people to confirm it, but if it's not that person, you can't expect people to understand where you're coming from or understand the gift that God has placed in your life. Like, they're not gonna understand it. So for me, I had to, like, grow up. That's another part of knowing my worth. just knowing that, like, because God gave me this vision, it's mine. Like, even like making videos and stuff like that and posting and people hearing me speak, and sometimes people see things on you that you don't see on yourself, and that's so weird, right? Like, people see things on you that you don't see on yourself. So I started realizing that, like, I'm like, wow, like, people be like, oh yeah, like, I could see it, like, I believe in you. And it's like, I was just like, yes. So I had to like kind of start walking in my purpose. So through my process, basically, because I don't want to make this long, but through my process of just learning myself, loving myself, growing within myself, I found out what I wanted to do. So after I had my event, after I stopped for a while, I realized I needed to find a target, because I was targeting young girls, but I realized even with my event turnout, I was targeting women my age, or like, you know, an older woman, and just people, a lot of people in general, not just women either, men too. So like, I was like, yeah, I had to change it, because it's just not catering to young girls. I'm catering to everybody. Like, everybody needs to be inspired. Everybody needs to be empowered. You know, somebody can be going through the same thing as you, and you just might inspire them or empower them. So I switched it up and kind of made my page. I tried to, like, this year, like, maybe like, well, recently, I guess you could say recently. Recently, like, fast forward to now, I changed my page, my Instagram page. I'm changing a lot of things. I'm gonna start bringing you guys new content. This is a part of the new content, making YouTube videos. Just putting my face at the forefront of my business. That's what I'm really trying to do, because I don't want to hide behind my business. Like, I don't want to hide anymore. Like, this is me speaking on my page. What I post is me, and I want you guys to see me. Like, I am a product of change, and I wanna share my experiences with you guys. I wanna inspire you guys. I want to let you guys know that if I changed my life and decided to just go for it, you can do the same thing, and that's what I'm doing. So, you know, stay tuned for like more videos. I'm just excited for what God has placed in my life and what I have in store. I'm excited. Like, y'all don't understand how long it took me to just make a video of myself speaking. Like, my first video, was it my first video that I made? Yes, my first video that I made on my page about self-doubt. That was like, okay, Kiana, let's step out the box. Step out your comfort zone, because if you don't, your business won't flourish. So that was one. I was like, okay, I'm stepping out my comfort zone. So I stepped out my comfort zone. I made that video, and I just got positivity from that video. So thank you guys for that. And then I realized, like, you know, okay, so it's not that people won't listen to me. It's not that, it's me. I need to stop being scary and put my foot out there. Like, step up. I'm not gonna make this video long. I think this is gonna be the end of it, but I just wanted you guys to know my story, a little bit of my story. You know, eventually I'll tell you guys more. But I hope you guys are inspired. I hope you guys are empowered by what I'm gonna bring you, and let's get it.